Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bell Astrology Podcast. I am your host and astrologer, Ashley, and I am so glad you are here because we are building up to a big, beautiful full moon in Sagittarius this week, and things are building in a very big way. And honestly, I have been feeling this one down into my bones. There has been this momentum that has been rising, like something inside is finally ready to be uncaged, unleashed, be free. And as Sagittarius's ruler says, Jupiter, go big or go home. This is the sign of expansion and optimism and truly doing things in big ways. And so I don't know about how you have been feeling lately, but I feel like I'm finally catching this wave that I have been waiting for. And so many things are happening, so many things are sparking right now. And I don't know if you have been following me on my socials or not, but if you have, you know that I am doing something pretty big for me. I am officially offering in-person astrology readings, and I'm going to be doing this in Pequot Lakes, Minnesota at the metaphysical shop called Divine North. And so I will be holding space for you in person. So if you are local or if you are traveling through the Brainerd Lakes area of Minnesota, I would love to meet with you, talk astrology face to face. Of course, I'll always have my online sessions. So no matter where you are in the world, you can always book a private birth chart reading with me. Just go to ashleybelastrology.com. So now my online readings and my in-person readings, you can schedule right from there. But I am just so excited. I am excited for this opportunity to really sit across from someone and be in their energy and really connect. It feels so aligned right now, especially since we are in Gemini season, and Gemini season rules over social connections and movement and networking and conversations. It just feels so aligned. And so personally for me, this Gemini season, well, actually every Gemini season, because Gemini resides in my 6th and 7th houses of my chart, daily routines and relationships come into focus this time of year. And so I have really been feeling this desire to lean into collaborating, connecting, saying yes to the things and the kind of aligned growth that my heart is really yearning for, and I've been wanting for a really long time now. And this is just a true time of getting outside of my comfort zone, meeting new people, building new relationships and partnerships. And so I'm really excited about this opportunity in Gemini season. But speaking of Gemini season, if this is your birthday month, do not forget that you get 15% off any reading with me when you book online at ashleybelastrology.com. All you need to do is put the code word solar return in the checkout and you will receive that discount. It is my little treat for you to celebrate your solar return. So what are you waiting for? Even if it's not your birthday month, go ahead and sign up for your birthday month and get it on the calendar, get it on the schedule. Now, back to this full moon in Sagittarius. This full moon is happening. It's landing at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. So you want to check your chart, check where you have 20 degrees of Sagittarius. The full moon is happening on June 11th, and it's going to be full here in Minnesota, or the central time, at 2:44 a.m. So stay up late party on June 10th, so you'll be ready to receive all of those blessings early morning on June 11th. But this this full moon for me at 20 degrees of Sagittarius is in my first house. And so this is lighting up my identity, my rising sign, my sense of self. And honestly, I can tell you, like, I feel like I can't even hide from my true self right now. I want to just be my authentic self more than ever in a really big way. And I want to be in my truth and my authenticity and let that truly be my compass. And that is what I really want for you too. And that is the lesson and the message around this full moon in Sagittarius. So let's talk about it. The full moon happening June 11th, 2:44 a.m. Central Time. This full moon is also nicknamed the Strawberry Moon, consulting the Farmer's Almanac, as I always do for a full moon. But the reason that it has this nickname is that it's marking the ripening of the June bearing fruit of the strawberry. So symbolic of sweetness, abundance, and harvest. And this moon is truly ripe with possibilities. Like I said, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter, the planet of growth and optimism and adventure. This full moon brings with it that energy. This is a fire moon. Sagittarius, that fire sign. So think big emotions, bold realizations. It's a light that cannot be ignored, especially where you have been holding back. So some of the things that I would ask under this full moon is, what are you done shrinking for? What truth in your heart is ready to be shouted instead of silenced? The light of a full moon always brings something to the surface, something that maybe you've avoided or something that is just finally clicking into place right now. A full moon highlights where you have been stuck in fear or in pain or in smallness, and it dares you to release that. It dares you to step out of the shadow into the spotlight. And in true Sagittarius fashion, it's urging you to do that, not gently, but boldly, because Sagittarius is the truth seeker, the wisdom keeper, the freedom fighter. And so this sign truly embodies the spirit of adventure, a thirst for knowledge, and an urge to understand life's greater truths. And so as the archetype that's about freedom, that's about expansion, this is a full moon where we could be questioning what we've believed and looking towards maybe more broader horizons. Sagittarius reminds us to lift up our gaze, to think about the big picture in our lives, and to pursue the things that give us purpose. And so under this full moon, we are really being encouraged to ask the big questions, to step outside of our comfort zone, to seek new experiences, and to be really guided by intuition. I mean, this is the moon after all. So ask those big questions. What is my purpose? Why am I here? And what beliefs and perspectives help me to grow? And what have I been holding on to that are hindering that? You want to pay attention to where you have Sagittarius in your chart. And you want to do this with any lunation, any new moon, full moon. Look at what area of life is really asking for your attention. So the area of your chart where you have Sagittarius represents an area of your life. And this is the area of your life that is your personal exploration zone. That it's really asking you to embrace curiosity and to experience beyond your boundaries, expand beyond your boundaries, and pursue what brings you fulfillment. And so this is also the area of your life where you have a great potential to connect with something greater, whether that's knowledge or experience or spiritual growth, your own personal truths. This is where you can really nurture a deeper sense of purpose and align your beliefs with your actions. This full moon is supporting all of us in doing that. That's big. There's a big energy here. And again, this is shining right on my first house. And so this is shining a big, bold light, a spotlight, right on me. And I can feel it, just like this. If you're watching, there's a big light in front of me shining on my face, lighting me up right now. And it is saying, Ashley, living with a purpose means truly taking up space with authenticity. And I feel that message so much right now. Really, like, go for it, grab the reins, and run towards your vision. Celebrate being bold and spicy and fully alive. I don't remember how much I've shared with you guys about this specifically, but I am starting my yoga teacher training this fall. And this is a big change for me, a big opportunity for growth, literally using my body in big and bold ways. And it feels so right. I've spent so much of my life, most of my life actually, as a runner, as an athlete. And for a long time, I always thought that that was going to be involved in my purpose. And it's still so much a part of the core of who I am. It has shaped me. It has taught me so much physically, mentally, emotionally about myself, about life and experience. But I always thought that my physical body was going to be part of my purpose in some way. And now that I found yoga, when I found yoga, I had no idea that this would be a new chapter, a new opportunity, something that I would pursue as a career, a soul-led path that was really tied to yoga. And so one of the first collaborations that I did with the yoga studio here in town, my yoga studio that I practice at, we were doing it was in November of 2024, and it was with an amazing group of women. And I was doing an astrology session, a sound bath, and a meditation, and collaborating with the yoga studio owner who was doing yoga. And so it was this complete kind of mini retreat. And the timing of this is really why I'm bringing this story up, because it was the beginning of Sagittarius season, so right at the new moon in Sagittarius. And this was something that really triggered or activated my journey with collaborating with this yoga studio, deciding to pursue my yoga teacher training. I was oddly enough, or divine timingly enough, I was speaking about Sagittarius activation to this group and how they can live their lives with astrology, incorporating that into their daily lives. And now 6 months later, we are at the full moon in Sagittarius, and this has truly been a complete chapter or cycle for me, a Sagittarius cycle, around just my authenticity and really being brave and starting a new adventure. And every time we have a new moon, we plant seeds of intention. And then 6 months later, under the full moon, that's the culmination of this chapter. These lessons, depending on whatever sign that new moon was in, that is the course that we're all studying and we're learning through. And then when we get to the full moon, 6 months later, how well did we do in that chapter? So the Sagittarius chapter. So think back to the new moon in Sagittarius, which was on November 30th of 2024. What intentions did you set then? What dreams or visions were you calling in? How have you grown over the last 6 months? What wants to be completed or integrated? Only you're going to know the answers to this, but what needs to be released now? This is the final full moon of the spring. So it's the last chapter before we cross that threshold into the summer as Cancer season approaches and the summer solstice officially kicks off the summer season. Just like those ripening strawberries, something sweet and ready has been growing within you. So this is a big one. I would spend some time journaling with this one, really reflecting on the last 6 months, and even just up until now, use this as a time to check in under the big, bright full moon. What are some beliefs that you're still carrying that are trying to keep you small? What would you do if you fully lived and fully trusted your truth? Where are you ready to break free from pain and from fear and from old versions of yourself? And what is your spirit really craving right now? And by craving, I mean craving outside of your comfort zone. So another tip, again, look where you have 20 degrees of Sagittarius. That is where your life is asking for your attention, and it would be advisable from your astrologer to focus on that area of your life and ask yourself some of these questions as it pertains to that area of your life and see what comes up for you. This full moon is, again, it's a big one. It's an exciting one. There's a lot of good energy with this one. The moon rules over our emotional body, though. It always does. So no matter what sign the moon is in, it's always about our inner world. It's always about our emotions. A new moon, it's more of an internal, self-reflective emotional time. At a full moon, it's more expressive. It's more outward energy activated. And so this one, given it's a fire sign, is activating the fire within you. So again, where have you been playing small or pushing down your desires? If you have been doing that, or in areas where you have been doing that, under this full moon, you may feel restless. You could feel agitated or even claustrophobic, because that's your soul telling you that it's craving freedom. It's craving truth. It's craving movement. And so this is not just a time to think about what you want. It's about taking action towards it, releasing limitations, and really using that fire to burn down old beliefs that don't fit anymore. Could do a ritual under this full moon, literally write out the things that don't serve you anymore, anything that comes up for you that you're ready to release, that gives you that claustrophobic feeling that feels like it's restricting you. Release it back into the universe. Write it down on a piece of paper and literally let it burn, let it transform, and let the universe do with it what it must. Saying yes to the next version of you often starts with releasing that which no longer serves you. I believe it's Dr. Joe Dispenza that says that in order to evolve, you have to confront the old parts of you that aren't coming with you. And so under a full moon, we're often brought face to face with those things, or those are the things that get brought to the surface, bright lit up under this big full moon spotlight. So with this full moon, there's some other activations happening, supportive activations. They're all pointing us towards this action-oriented, healing, motivated, new version of ourselves. And so there is deep medicine within this moon. So first off, Chiron, which is the wounded healer. Chiron is the asteroid of our sacred wounds, and it's being activated. It's playing very nicely and supporting this full moon in Sagittarius, and it's urging you to take your pain and turn that into power. Now, it's up to you what you're going to do with that, but this is really energy for you to write the new story, to see your past no longer as a cage, but as a compass. Now, to help you do that, Mars is also playing nice with this full moon, pushing us to be brave and take aligned action. Mars is the planet of action. It's our masculinity. It's the planet of aggression, but it's the planet that really inspires us to move. It's our motivation. And so, given that Mars is making a friendly and supportive trine to this moon, this is not a reactive fighting Mars energy. It's not impulsive. It's more rooted in urging you to go after what you truly desire. Those are the moves that you're going to be supported in making. It's about reclaiming the pen and rewriting your future, saying, I'm done with the past. I am not my old story. I am choosing to hold on to my future vision and take the steps necessary to make that my reality. And so, all of that to be said, I believe that these 3, the moon, Mars, and Chiron are making this beautiful aspect to this full moon because growth takes courage. And this full moon, she's a truth teller. She's a torch bearer. She is lighting up a path forward for you if you are willing to walk it. And so a full moon is both a spotlight and it's a spark. Again, this is not just a time to notice what changes you want to make, but actually to start making them. And it can be emotional. It can be emotionally illuminating some things that might make you uncomfortable. But I think that what you're going to find is that you have the motivation to make some changes, to evolve, to grow, to tell the truth, and really live from that place. Throw caution to the wind, let your inner fire roar, and just know that the freedom that you are seeking, that's on the other side of fear. And so as we close up and wrap up this episode today, I just want to say that this full moon is a celebration of your aliveness in the true spirit of Sagittarius, of your freedom. And it's your power to choose a life that aligns with your truth. You are in control. You are in the driver's seat. And Sagittarius reminds us that we wouldn't have the visions and the desires that we have if they weren't meant for us to live them. You're not here to shrink. You're not here to play small. You're here to expand. And this full moon is your permission slip to do just that. Remember, freedom is not about escape. It's about the opportunity to act versus react. And I think that's super powerful. So let this fiery moon move through you. Let it stir something awake inside of you. Let it push you to take action, to break free from what's holding you back, whether that's a mindset or a pattern or a belief system, someone else's expectations. And if you are feeling called to connect more deeply with yourself, your chart, your path, I would love to meet you. I'd love to meet you in person. Now that I have my cute little space in downtown Pequot Lakes at Divine North. It's such a beautiful space. And so if you're local or you're traveling through the Brainerd Lakes area, come see me. And this is also a perfect time. Since we're still in Gemini season, let's plan something special. Whether that's an astrology and wine night or a private sound bath or some other soulful event that you are craving, I am in full collaboration mode, if you can't tell. And so if something is sparking for you, let's create it together. Reach out to me through either my Instagram or my website, ashleybelastrology.com. Share with me your desires and let's bring them into this reality. Let this full moon remind you of the abundance that's already around you, that it's your future that's calling you forward. It's bold, it's beautiful, and it is yours to claim. Sending you all the love from the beautiful Brainerd Lakes area of Minnesota. Happy full moon in Sagittarius, you guys. From my heart to yours. Bye for now.